Here are some tips on things that you can do. In addition to supporting them in going through those processes, right, that we talked about in terms of getting an advocate, talking to someone, a trusted adult, I'll just encourage you to be supportive and not judgmental. Sometimes it can really make people withdraw even more when you're talking so bad about this person that they still love, even though they're being mistreated. They have an attachment to this person. So just be careful how you talk about their partner. I would also say don't take it personally. That's one of the first things that I learned when I got into advocacy. They taught us that you shouldn't take it personally. There are stages of change that people have to go through where some people don't even recognize what they're in as being a problem. And then there are those who recognize it being a problem, but they're not really sure that they want to do anything about it or what they should do about it. And so there are those stages that people go through, and it's not, step by step. They will flow back and forth through that. So don't take it personally if you're trying to help and it seems like they're not receptive to it. If you're planting seeds and you're being supportive and you're letting them know that you will be there, then when they get to a point when they are ready for change and they are ready to do the actions that go along with that, then they'll remember some of the things that you said. I would also say, understand that trauma also affects decision making. I'll give you an example. I had a very dear friend who has since passed away. She passed away last year, and we talked about her experience with abuse in her previous marriage. And she talked about how she never realized that, once she was out of that relationship and had moved on, when she had her house built, she had a lot of windows put in. I mean, the whole front part of her house and even on the sides, there were glass doors, there were big bay windows. It was a very bright and cheery house. But she realized that because she felt confined and trapped when she was in that marriage, subconsciously, that trauma caused her to want windows and several doors that she could get out of. Now, that hurts, even just to say it now, but it's an example of trauma. I'll give you another example. With my young adults, we had a situation where somebody was on our back porch at one point, and that was a pretty traumatic situation, especially for them being as young as they were. Well, when we went looking for houses, they didn't want houses with a lot of windows and doors because their words, verbatim, too many points of entry. You see the difference?